Hey everybody! Okay, so today is record video day. So this video is going to be about your reports. So we've finished our surveys and we've gotten our responses. So we have a lot of data. Now we need to write that data up and actually give it to somebody. I mean, we're not actually going to give it to somebody unless you wrote something that you want to give to somebody. But of course, this is the last part of the process, right? So we do a survey and get information, we have to put it together and figure out a way to share it with other people to make something happen from the results that we got. You've got detailed instructions in the assignment that tell you all of the different sections that you're going to need to have for your report. Your textbook also walks you through each of those sections, so be sure to look at that. There's also plenty of examples in your book to help you. I've also posted links to a few other examples to help you online as well. One of the things that gets confusing for students is this idea of repetition. So when you write a report, oftentimes we repeat ourselves. So in other words, you're going to do this executive summary at the beginning. Then you've got an introduction section. Then you've got the body of the report and the conclusion. And in each of those sections, you're going to be saying similar things a lot of times. Obviously, there'll be slight differences, but a lot of the times it seems repetitious, and that's what it's supposed to be. Part of writing a report is that not everyone is going to read all of the sections. So you need to make sure that whatever section people pick to read has the information you need them to have. So for example, an executive summary is something that a CEO, a CFO, a vice president is going to read, and they probably aren't going to read the rest of the report. So it needs to start with the main point, exactly what the report is about, what you came to the conclusion about, summarize your evidence. Just imagine this is the one thing that they're going to read, and they're going to make a decision, maybe even potentially based on reading this. So give them the highlights. Don't put in a whole lot of jargon. Get in and out with the executive summary, but give enough detail that they have their questions answered. The introduction to the body of the report is a little bit more for regular readers, so people that might actually be doing whatever it is that you're talking about or need this information that you're reporting on. So with this, it's going to be more about, again, giving an overview of what's in the report, talking about the scope, meaning not only what's in the report, but what's not in the report. Also talking about the organization of the report, so kind of give them an idea of how you're going to take them through the information. The body of the report is going to get all the detail in there, and that's where you're going to have the charts and tables that you create from your survey data. I've recorded some separate videos that help you get that information out of your Google Forms or wherever you created your survey, and then how to create tables and charts with that in Excel. You do need to include a few of those in the body of your report. I also want you to have some other secondary research in there as well, so you're not going to have everything that you need from your survey. You're going to need to get some data, facts, figures, maybe other poll information that's out there in the real world that applies to what you're talking about. You can use web sources as long as they're quality web sources, or you certainly can go out to the library to get that information. And again, I've posted information out there to help you do that research. Then your conclusion should be specific and helpful. So it's two things, right? The conclusion is where you're going to say, like, okay, so this is the end result. This is what we want to do. And nothing in there should be a surprise to anyone. It should just be restating everything that you've already said, because not everyone's going to read all the way to the conclusion. So, and you don't want to have any surprises there. The recommendations should actually often be a bullet point list or a numbered list, something really specific things that you are recommending happen as a result of this report. Then the last thing, of course, is you need a reference page. So list the sources that you used. I don't care as far as citations go if you use APA or MLA, but whatever you choose, be consistent. So use the same throughout. Your book has examples and information on both. There is just this link that you want to have between what's in your report and what's on your works cited page. Every sentence in your report that has information from a source needs to have an in-text citation that directly refers to the very first word in your reference or your works cited entry at the end. So your works cited entry, for example, might start with the last name of the author. Then that's what has to be in your report. Have to have it. You can have other information too, like who published the source and full name of the author, the title of it, but you have to have that last name because me as a reader, I see it, and then that's how I find it on the reference page. When you get to wherever you work, they're going to have a format that you have to use for any kind of formal report. They'll probably have guidelines on how you have to cite things. So I'm not super concerned that it's absolutely perfect, but you do need to get the basics of citation down that you can't plagiarize things. So make sure that you're citing things throughout. Don't just put it at the end of a paragraph. That does not apply to the whole previous paragraph. It has to be every sentence that has information from that source has the citation to it. Okay, sorry, I'm a little firm with that one because we want to make sure we get it. And that's it. That's your report. So I know it seems long, but honestly, once you break it down to all the sections, you're gonna get to your page length easy. Make sure you have a table of contents on there that includes not just a list of the sections of the report, but also a list of illustrations, because people don't always go right to the text. Sometimes they want to look at a particular chart that you have. So not just a list of illustrations numbered, but like give it a name that tells people what it is, like chart of percentage of whatever, so that they can go and find it. Okay, I think I got everything in there. Good luck with your reports. I am sure they're going to be great. And you'll see me again soon. Thanks.